Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Lauren, you're going to have to be quiet or you're going to have to get out. I know it's your favorite show, but you can quietly do it. Excuse me. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Excuse me, I'm just trying to make sure. All right, perfect. Okay, perfect. I think you could all hear me fine. So I wanted to come on live today because there's something that has been on my chest for a very long time that I want to talk about. This is why I can't do a lot of lives. My daughter is very loud. She gets excited when her shows are on. I actually turn the TV on so that she can be distracted and not be calling mommy 24/7. But then her favorite show comes on and she's excited. So she's probably going to talk through the whole thing. So I'm going to try to talk as loud as I can to go over her. Now, y'all have to excuse me. Like my energy is off today. Like it's completely off. It's been an interesting last couple of months, but I'm making it. I'm getting through. I'm very grateful for my support system, just all around, friends, family, my internet support group. I actually have a sickle cell support group that I used to attend, and I have not been able to attend because there's just been so much going on. Everybody that has sickle cell knows that. Lauren, sit down. Sit down, please. Oh, I'm gonna put you out. Sit down. Oh God, I forgot what I was saying. But anybody that has sickle cell knows that whenever it starts getting cold outside, it is definitely, absolutely one of the hardest things that we go through. The cold just makes things a little bit harder. You get a lot more crisis. You wake up just in pain every morning. Even for someone that doesn't go to the hospital often, you still have that every morning pain. So the cold air just does not go with sickle cell. I know a lot of sickle cell people that do not want to live in a cold state just because of that. But it's just been so crazy. It's been so much going on as far as health. With every I'll be right back. Okay, so I hopefully she'll be entertained for a minute, but I doubt if it's gonna happen like that. But I just wanted to get through it real quick. Everything going on has just been a crazy last couple of months. But one thing definitely that I want to talk about is chronic illness and employment. So, just a moment. Before I get started, I really honestly people's, perception of, their interpretation of people with chronic illness. I hear say, why do you work anyway? Just go ahead and get on this. This is why I can't do anything. Like, I can't go live. I can't do videos. I can't do anything because it's constant screaming. Today is my only day off from work, and Sundays. Sundays, I take aside to spend time with her. It's just me and her cousins, and we try to do fun stuff. But I do want to start going live more. I might just have to turn it into a podcasting and just do it in the middle of the night. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But we've got to get to a way where we prioritize and I can work and she could be content. But that's neither here or there. But anywho, what I wanted to talk about, was like, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, you could just go on disability anyway. What's the big deal? Just go apply for disability. Why are you struggling to work? Why are you going through this? Here's the problem. And here's the thing that a lot of people do not know. Disability is not something easy to be approved of. I know people that have been applying for 3 years, 4 years, and nothing. Nothing. They have not received anything. They're still telling them that they are ineligible, even though these people cannot work, but they still tell them you're ineligible. For instance, is hard. It's one of the hardest things to attain. A lot of people that are getting it easily or able to get government support easily, I hate to say it, they are doing some things that are illegal. I just hate to say it like that. But it's hard to get government support. I remember when I was pregnant, I wasn't working, and I tried to apply for, certain things. It was like food me only $10. Everything else, like Medicaid and stuff, they told me I did not qualify for. The only thing that I was able to get the sickle cell Medicaid. It literally only covers sickle cell expenses. That's it. If you're not having a sickle cell crisis, like, you can't go to your primary care physician, you can't do anything. Alina, what's the problem? Alina. Attention. That's all she wants. But it's like one of the hardest things to get. And then still, people have this perception that if you have a chronic illness, or if you have cancer, sickle cell, whatever the case is, you can easily just get disability. You can easily just get government checks. Like, the checks would just come rolling in. It doesn't work like that. It's so difficult. It's like one of the hardest things. Uncle to the rescue. Uncle just picked her up, so hopefully it'll get quiet. But it's just like one of the hardest things that you can get approved for. And then I know so many warriors that struggle and try so hard to work. But then it's like, because the job doesn't understand the illness or what you go through, it's like they give you all this grief for it. And you're just like, I'm trying. I've worked since the age of 15. I took time off when I was pregnant. That was the only time that I could ever say that I didn't work for like over a year. Other than that, I've always worked 1, 2 jobs, whatever, however many it takes for me to be able to survive. I've done it. And I didn't do it because it was easy, but I did it because I don't want to have to put up with the government keep telling me that I don't qualify or whatever the case is, or even if you do qualify, you got to recertify every month. You got to show proof. You got to do this. You got to do that. But then again, when we went through the pandemic, people were able to just get PPE money so freely that now y'all looking to lock people up because they were lying about it and spending your money on absolutely nothing. These are money that you could have put to something more important, like helping people with chronic illness. There are actually people out there that need help that doesn't get the help. But then you have people that don't need the help, but because they know somebody or because they know how to work the system, they have all this help, even though they don't need it. So it's just like priority just messed up with not just this country, with the world. Like priorities are so messed up with the world. And I get to I don't want to deal with it. The only thing that I want to do is just continue to work as much as I can and just life to the fullest, live my life the best, because nobody knows what tomorrow holds. Nobody knows how long we're going to be on this earth, and I don't want to live my life in fear or in concern or battling with the government over whether I qualify for disability or not. And another thing that pisses me off is like when you work, you do your best, and this experience has happened to me so many times. I can't even begin to tell you. So let me give you my last employer. I was employed by a private doctor, worked for him for many years, loved the job, loved what I do. He understood the illness. If I was sick, he was cool with it because he knows that my job will be done. He knows that my job never lacks. He knows that I will get it done. If I take 5 days to be in the hospital, he knows that when I feel better, I will work as many hours as I need to, as long as I need to make sure that I get caught up with my stuff. So he sold his company to a different company, and they didn't hire all of us. They took some of us. And one thing about me is I don't sugarcoat about myself to anybody. Like from the beginning, I tell you, either you want to deal with it or your choice, but I am going to tell you so that you can have that choice. So started the job, everything went well, and then manager, and the new manager was one of those people that work you to death. Like she's just she's in the office acting like she's working, but she's doing nothing, and she makes all the responsibility the employees, like even her job, the employee do it. So I think my first hospitalization, I went to the hospital. I was there for a week. I took like a couple of days after I got out, and then I came back to work. And I noticed her behavior just changed. It would always send me to other offices, or she would give me like the dirty job that nobody wants to do, so on and so forth. But I never had an issue with it because I'm like, you know what? You the boss, is my job. I'm going to do it. But then I think I had another crisis or something, and then I went to the hospital again. So when the day I came back, this one was like maybe like a 30 days or something. It was a long. So when I came back, she called me into the office and she said that she wanted to speak with me. So when I got to the office, she's basically that she's transferring me to another office because she needs somebody reliable at this office. She needs somebody that's going to be there. And she just started just rattling all this BS. And in my head, you know what? In my head, it came to me, and sometimes very choicey with, what I mean? Like I'm very, very picky with my words because sometimes I say things and I don't mean it that way and people take it as a different way. So I asked, I said, well, is my job, what is it? Like, am I doing a bad job? Do you not see that I'm working fast enough? Like, what is the underlying issue? Like, why are you transferring me? And all this woman can say is the fact that she needs someone to be at work every day. The only thing that she had to complain about was the fact that I took off time to be in the hospital. I wasn't lying. FMLA. I was on intermediate FMLA. Then I got on FMLA when I got sick. But she took it as, no, I don't even know how she took it because I had all the proper documentation and everything. So I don't know what she took it as. But what she said to me was the fact that she needed somebody that's going to be here all the time, somebody that's going to be consistent, somebody that's going to be this, that, and that. And it really just rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, huh? Like, I'm always here. I'm the first to get to work. I'm the last to leave. I am the one that was trained on 2 different positions. And anywhere you need me, I'm there. I bust my butt every day. And the only thing you can tell me was the fact that, you know, I can't be consistent. I can't come to work every day. Like, one thing that people have to understand about sickle cell, I can't speak for other chronic illness, but specifically sickle cell, one thing people have to understand is you can't predict it. There is no predicting. There's no way that you can predict it and say, hey, I'm going to be sick tomorrow until the 5th, unless you have like surgery or something coming up, then yeah. But as far as like a sickle cell crisis, you can't predict it. There's nothing predictable about that. If we could predict it, we can plan our life better. We can't predict it. So it kind of just pissed me off. I did get transferred. And then I just got to a point I took an FMLA because it was too much. Like, you told me that I'm inconsistent, but then you sent me to an office that was really busy. And I had way more work. You don't think that would stress me out and cause more crisis for me? You did, but you didn't care. For you, it was all about your money, your income, your business, your whatever. You have this girl, she works hard. If we send her to this office that's super busy, we know she's going to take control and she's going to get it to where it needs to be. And it kind of pissed me off. Like, okay, you penalize me saying that I'm not here, but then you want to use me to death, right? So I had a conversation with the district manager, whatever, and I explained to him, I said, you transfer me from the other office because you said I'm inconsistent, but then you bring me to this office and you're stressing me. That's not good for my health. So I'm further not going to be inconsistent because I'm going to get into crisis. And I told him, I said, I feel like I'm the only one doing everything. I'm the only one trained on everything. The people that they had in the different department are all new. They don't know anything. So they will come to me and say, pull the insurance for a patient. But here's the key. You get the bonus. So pull the insurance, So it's like I had to do all this work and it was just too much for me. So I took an FMLA. And funny enough, while I took it, I was pregnant. So I stayed on FMLA until my short-term disability ran out. Then it was time for long-term disability. They told me that I was not enrolled. Even though my open enrollment confirmation shows it, they said I wasn't enrolled. Left it alone. I was still on my FMLA, left it alone. They didn't pay me. It wasn't like money was coming out of their pocket to pay me. They didn't pay me. They said I wasn't eligible, even though I enrolled for it, and sent an explanation of benefits, and it was approved. Left that situation alone. Then I called my manager, I think maybe after my daughter was a few months old. I called my manager at the office and I said, I'm ready to come back. She was so super excited. She said, oh, you're ready to come back? I'm pregnant too. So this is perfect timing. I'm getting ready to go on maternity leave. You're going to come back, this, and that. Right? So then, I'm sorry. So then, she said, oh, great. I'm just going to notify the district manager and to come back and da. So like the next day or 2 days later, I was at the doctor's appointment with my daughter, and the district manager called and he said, hey. And I said, hey. He said, I understand you're ready to come back. I was like, yeah. And, I have clearance from my doctor. It's time. This man tells me that, oh, well, we'll be glad to have you back, but you've been fired. Fired while on an FMLA? I said, okay, effective when was I fired? He said effective, I want to say he said like 2 2 months before I called in. And I said, well, that's odd because my benefits are still working. I'm still paying Cobra. I haven't received any notification that I'm fired. Like nothing has changed. I said, okay, well, can you send me something in writing that shows my termination date? He was like, yeah. Let me call you back. Do you think till today I heard from that man? No. I didn't hear nothing from him. You know, I left the situation alone, but if I really wanted to, I could have gone after that company because it's like, it was just everything that they did was so illegal and uncalled for. But you know, everybody always says, oh, get FMLA will protect you. That's not true. North Carolina is at at will state, or what do they call it, meaning that they can hire and fire you at any time without a reason. So I want people to stop using that whole FMLA is a thing. If you get on FMLA, they can't touch you. That's a lie. It's a total lie because they couldn't tell me a reason why they were letting me go. It wasn't my job. All they can tell me is that they need consistency. And then when I went to the EOC is like, oh yeah, well, you know, North Carolina's at will state, you know, they can do as they please. It's up to them and da. And I said, okay, I leave you all to God to judge. But then guess what? None of them, including the senior manager that was there, none of them are still there. They were all fired. All of them don't have no job there no more. So that, you know, sometimes we go through so much and it really does piss me off. But sometimes I just have to sit back and let God fight my battles. And sometimes when I do that, things just works out for the best. Like I just sit back like, wow, I'm in a better situation. You don't have your job no more. I don't know what situation you're in, but the same job that you were fighting so hard for, that you were not acting like you're a human being because you wanted a promotion or you wanted to go up, that same job they released you from, you know? And then now I started to work a new job. And when I tell y'all that it's been hell, it's been hell. Like this people believe that because you get to work from home, you're just supposed to clock in and be slavery. You know, I had to take a big pay cut to do this. I wanted something like immediately. So I was fine. I took a pay cut to do this because it was convenient for me. It was very convenient for me. It was something that I can do from home, my daughter to the sitter, but it was something that I can do from home and it was very convenient for me. But the issue is that now they're giving me grief. And I want to say June. I started the job in June. And since I started in June, I've only had 2 days out sick. Two. This many. 2. If you're a sickle cell warrior, you know that is great to just have 2 days out sick from work. And in addition to that, I think I was like late or some away time from the phone because I was nauseous or whatever the case is. And it's like now all of a sudden it's a problem. You know, and then when I asked, I say, well, other than my 2 days attendance of missing, what is it that I'm doing wrong that bothers you so much? And it's like, oh no, you're doing great. You're so great at what you do. But we just, you know, if you don't fix your attendance, then you're not going to be eligible for the raise and all this other things. And it really just pissed me off. Like, and one thing employers have to understand is that when you have people on your team, don't be evil, because all that's going to do is make me not want to work hard no more. That's going to do. It's just going to make me feel like, oh, well, 8 hours, a little check, let's get it. That's it. That's all it's going to make me do. It's not going to make me go above and beyond. Like, I struggle every morning to get out of bed, to get my daughter to the sitters, to come back, log into work, to stay at my desk for 8 hours. It is a struggle. It is a struggle. But I'm here. I do it. But then you don't appreciate, you know what I mean? Like, you're not supposed to appreciate because you get it. But my thing is that not all your employees bust their butt like I do. Not even half of them. Your employees bust their butt like I do. And then it's like, whenever you guys have somebody that works hard, let's even put sickle cell to the side. Let's put chronic illness to the side. Whenever you work hard, it's like you guys keep working and working and working and working and working and working and pushing them until these people get to a breaking point. You're supposed to your hard workers, not abuse them by giving them more to do or piling more on them. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair. And then, like, if that person is not able to come to work, you have an issue with it. Those people need breaks too. They need breaks too, because they are constantly working. To tell you, my previous employer, before this one, was notorious for that. They can work you to death for that little change, especially working. If you're hardworking, you will be the one to go to this place, that place, that place, fix this, fix that, do this, do that. We need you to stay over, talk to this patient, do this, do that, do that. And what do I get from it? Nothing. Instead, you're giving me more stress. So that's why I said, it's a lot when it comes to the corporate, work, and this employer is just taking advantage and just pretty much just taking advantage. And I don't blame anybody that wants to open their business. That's my ultimate goal. I do want to open my business, and I want to do what I want to do for me. But in the meantime, I have to work. And I'm not a lazy person. I like to work hard. Like, I like to work hard. I like to accomplish. I like to be focused when I'm at work. But it's hard for me when you complain about me being sick. It's like I can't even go take care of my health. Like yesterday, I was terribly ill. I was terribly ill. Even to the point where my patients on the phone were like, "Are you okay? Oh, I hope you feel better." Like, your client should not be talking to your employee that feels like they half dead, and y'all just like, "Oh, okay, well, ain't no cause and Q is great. She's doing great." Like, the corporate world is just so messed up. Like, if any of you ever happen to come up on this video and you up there in corporate, like, it's got to be, y'all got to sit down and talk to yourself. Y'all don't even work this hard. You don't even work half as hard as the people below you do. But then they work so hard, but then you still want to give them grief for the things that they do. But anyway, back to chronic illness and working. So, I know a lot of people have flexible jobs that, I wouldn't say a lot. There's some people that have flexible jobs that they're able to take off when they need to or rest when they need to. But for the rest of us that can't, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it from experience, okay? And I'm going to speak from experience. If a job stress you and you keep letting them stress you, and God forbid something happens to you, guess what they're going to do? They're going to send flowers and move on by day 2. That's it. They're not going to check on your family a week later. They're not going to care your family not having anybody. They're not going to care any of that. They have gotten what they wanted from you, which is their hard work. Now that you're gone, they're going to move on to the next hardworking person. So I say this to say, take care of yourself. If a job goes, another one will come. Don't bust your head. Don't bust your neck. Don't bust anything for no corporate job. They don't care. They don't care. Take your time off. If you need to be seen at the hospital, be seen at the hospital. And, every job that I've gone through this, it's like I go into the next job and then I forget. It's not that I forget, but I try to forget everything and say, oh, this employer will be different. Maybe, let me work hard, see how it goes. But then they all turn out the same way. Selfish, irresponsible, not caring. They all turn out the same way. They give you a little bit of leeway. They give you a little bit of headspace. And then all of a sudden it's like, bam, you're fired. We don't need your services anymore. Or you break your neck. You say, I'm not going to go to the hospital. I got to work. I'm not going to go to the hospital. I got to work. Things get worse. You go in the hospital. God forbid you're in a coma. All this is going on. You think they're going to? Or do you think they're going to send you flowers? And God forbid you pass. Do you think they're going to care about how your family's feeling? Or do you even think that they're going to come to the funeral? No. They don't. No job cares about the employer. None. No matter how much they tell you, oh, we're so great. We're a family with this. They don't care. Continue to work you to death. You need to take care of you, especially with the pandemic and everything going on. Like, everything is so different. You have parents at home working. You have kids at home schooling. everything is still going on in your house, and then it's like they still expect you to give 100% attention to give this. It's impossible. It's impossible. You have children at home. You still have to stop and attend to them. You can't just leave your kids for 8-10 hours or whatever and say fend for yourself, unless they're older. Young kids at home, you're still going to have to tend to them. And it's like, it's impossible. Like this whole pandemic and the frame of mind that the employers are never stupid. It's really stupid, because it's like you say, okay, we'll allow you to work from home. Okay, well, great, thanks. That's great. But I hear your kids in the background. You can't leave your desk. You have to be at your desk 24/7. Or, when you're on conference calls, it has to be completely quiet. That is unrealistic. People have children that they have to take care of, and they can't leave their job because that's their livelihood. So it's just like, it's really hard. Like, I don't know how people deal with it, because my mental is about to explode. It's about to explode, because I'm just like, everything is just so crazy. It's not like you have anywhere for your kids to go. You can't send them to school. School is closed. And even if school wasn't closed, I won't want to send my kids over. I wouldn't want to send my kids to school when they haven't figured out what's going on with this whole COVID thing going, So it's just like, it's too much. It's a lot to think about. And sometimes when I lay down in the bed at night, I think about it. It just gets me to a point of like depression, because I'm like, damn, like, are these people that are making this people in corporate America, are they even human? Like, or are they machines? But of course, they don't know how it is. They can't relate because they have nannies. They don't take care of their own children. I'm sorry to say, they don't. A lot of them don't take care of their own children. So they expect you to just do what they do, but you don't pay me what you get paid, or not even close to it. Not even 20% of what you get paid. So how am I supposed to be able to afford a nanny to come to the house to take the kids? Or even a babysitter. Because they're not cheap. They're about $15 an hour. So how do you expect me to live, to go on? So that's why I say, things are crazy. Like, things are crazy. People mental being is been tested, so much going on. And I just wanted to come on and say, I can't speak for any other chronic illness, but I can speak for sickle cell. Come on and say, take care of yourself. We've lost a lot of warriors already in 2020. And, all people do is say, rest in peace. I hate that happened. And they move on. So now it's time to start taking care of us. It's time to start making decisions for us. Everything that has happened to me this past week with my employer just brought me to a different frame of mind. It just made me more motivated to do for me. It just made me push harder to take care of myself. It pushed me to a point where I'm keep in my mind before I log in, I'm like, this is just a job. It will come and go just like any other. I will put my energy and my focus into my business. I'm not doing none of that. None of that. I'm going to take time off if I need to. And whoever has a problem with it has a problem with it. If you need to kick me off, fire me, whatever it is, please. All the other jobs I've been fired from, I didn't die. I'm still here. And still working, still making it. Still good. I'm still good. I'm not homeless. I have a car. I'm doing just fine. I'm a very content person. I don't have to have the biggest, the brightest, this. I'm content with what God gave me. So if you feel like, okay, we got to get rid of you, then so be it. But guess what's going to come first? I am no longer jeopardizing my health for nobody. And I mean that. And if you guys know what's good for you, you would do the same thing. Do not jeopardize your health. I don't care what you got. It don't have to be sickle cell. It could be something else. Don't jeopardize your health for no employer, for nobody, period. For nobody, period. So I just wanted to, I was hoping that some people will want to join me, so that way we can that way we can talk. Some people can share their stories. I have so many different stories that I can share about about employers and my health condition, but that's going to be for the book. But I just wanted to come on and talk about it and just kind of reflect on it. Like, am I the only one that goes through this, or like, is anybody else having the same issues? Like, what can be done? And I really think more so the issue is the fact that, sorry, I really think more so the issue is the fact that we are so stigmatized. Like, nobody really understands what sickle cell is. I feel like people think that we are lying about it. Pain can you have? Like, you were just in pain to go. Like, it does not work like that. So I think we really need to educate and keep educating and keep educating. The issues that we're having with them. Once again, I hate to have to mention cancer, because cancer is a very brutal thing that people deal with. But when people mention cancer, it's like, oh my God, are you okay? Well, what do you need? What can we do for you? But then it's like, when people mention sickle cell, it's like, oh. So I don't know. We have a lot of work to do. The best way that I can educate is by talking about my personal life experiences, my personal experiences with people, my personal experiences with situation. I really want to change the outlook of my platform. I want people to understand that we are more than your stigma, because believe it or not, people do have a stigma that they put us as when it comes to sickle cell. And it's, oh, they're lying, they're just drug seeking and all this stuff. And it's just like, no. Like, most of the sickle cell patient I know are the most hardworking people. They go hard. So, and that's why I don't understand, how are you stigmatizing us based on what it is that you think or what it is that you want, but you're not willing to listen to us and understand it better. You're just willing to see the side that you want. And it's just getting tiring. Like, today I had such a rough day, and I was like so ready to just curse everybody out. But I was just like, you know what? Take it easy. I'm going to leave it to God, and I'm going to let go and let God. But I'm still not going to stop talking about it, because I'm so tired of people thinking that we're just this bottom of the bottom of the barrel illness. We're not bottom of the barrel illness. And what people don't realize is we affect not just African Americans, but a lot of different people. With races mixing, like, it's going to affect a lot more if people do not sit down, learn what it is, learn your genotype. Like, it's gonna get worse. It's going to get worse. Even in the medical field, people have worked so hard to try to change, the stigma, to try to get the emergency room to respond better to us, so forth, so on and so forth. And it's like, still, every time I go to the emergency room is a different issue. It's something, it's something different. So I'm just to the point where I'm like, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm tired of employers. I'm tired of people. Like, I am tired. And I don't want to go back to my old mean self. Like, I really, really want to be respectful. I'm trying to do better. I've been working with my life coach. I'm trying to be better. But sometimes it's so hard, because, like, the situation that happened last week, it was like I was working so hard. Like, I even got bonuses, which I was shocked, because I'm like, oh, okay, girlfriend, you're doing your thing. And then out of nowhere, it's like, yeah, you missed 2 days. And I'm like, I missed 2 days this month? Or days when? She's like, oh, no, you missed 2 days since you've been here. And I'm like, huh? I missed 2 days since I've been here, but you don't have any issues with my calls. You tell me how great I'm doing. You see that I'm working hard. Even sometimes you hear my voice on the phone that I don't feel well, but I'm still here. But the days that I have to miss, I actually have to miss because I don't feel good. I was in the hospital. And I gave you a doctor's note, but then that's not enough. It's not good enough. It's not enough information. I mean, I don't get it. I'm just to the point now where I'm like, I don't get it. But whatever that comment that was made, it didn't motivate me. It just made me turn down completely. Like now when I log into work, I'm like, all right, let's get through this 8 hours. I don't go above and beyond. I don't care to. Because I feel like if I bust my butt, go above and beyond, the only thing what? Oh, she's in the hospital. So bad. Let's hire somebody else. Oh, she passed last night. Let's send her. That's even if you send flowers. Let's send the family some flowers and let's get over it. And oh my God, it's so and it really sucks because like I really somebody really close to me at one of my previous jobs, and this lady literally slumped at work. That I'm T Brown, I'm with you. I'm so tired of working for the man. And I was saying earlier, I said, whoever the man is, y'all need to sit. Know you all make enough money that you have nannies and you don't have no worries. But you need to sit down and just act like a human being for once. Crazy, hungry, money hungry people that you are. Act like a human being for once and look at the strategy of things, what you do. And with my previous employer, this lady really close to me, like I love her. We were getting ready to go home. She slumps at work. We called the ambulance. They pick her up. They take her to the hospital. When we get to the hospital, the doctors came out. She was in a coma by that time. I'm sorry, y'all. She was in a coma by the time we got to the hospital. And all day she just kept saying she was tired. But because she had so much work to do, she decided to stay. And this lady is somebody that does not play with her health. If she got a little headache, she's going to the doctor. And she just had a lot to do. And she said, well, let me get through this. And pretty much that was the last time I saw her. And the day of her funeral, she was so close. I mean, like, she was amazing. The day of her funeral, the owner of the practice, we begged this man. We begged him and said, can we office? He said, no, we can only close it for the funeral. After the funeral, we have to come back to work. So please, am I supposed to continue working hard for somebody when y'all don't care? You don't care. Like even with this new job, I have busted my butt. There's been times that I've been sitting here in so much pain, and I'm like, no, let me just get through. It's Mondays. Let me just help them out, and then it's like it's still not enough. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you work, it's not enough. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. If you have any business plan, anything, I don't care how small or how stupid you think it is, work on it. Go for it. Go for it, because an employer will use you ragged and throw you away. And just throw you away just like nothing. They will give your family the insurance policy. They'll say it. That's the only thing they're gonna do. They're not gonna care about your family or your kids not being without a mom. They're not gonna care about none of that. They're not going to care about none of that. She has a daughter that she has worked so hard for. Her daughter was just about to graduate college, and now her daughter doesn't have a mom. They did anything special for her other than give the life insurance policy? No. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have a job, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, because they're not going to do anything. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. Hell, if his OnlyFans is your goal in life, go for it. I don't judge. Whatever it is that you want to do, if it's going to give you that, if it's going to make you healthy, then do it. Do it. I don't care. I don't judge. Everybody has their own thing. Like, do it. Go for it. If that's what's gonna make you feel good, then go for it. But my thing is, don't bust your butt for no man. And with this employers, all the complaining that y'all doing, well, I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, the more you complain about stupid stuff that I have no control over, the more I won't give a fuck. And I'm to the point now where I don't care. I don't. I can find another job just like this one. But I'm not about to get to the point where you're about to sit here and tell me that, oh, you missed 2 days from work. 2 days since June as a chronic illness person, but that's an issue for you. But nothing else. You can say nothing else about my job performance other than I missed days from work. But then you want me to sit here and just be like, oh, yes, massa. Let me get to work. Let me log in. Oh my gosh, it's 20 calls. Let's get this call. You won't get it from me. Not from me. I'm going to take care of myself first. So I just, and then it's just so crazy because there's so much going on with this pandemic. Like, it's so much. Like, I don't know how people do it. It's so much. Some people still don't have work. Some people, are trying to work and raise children at the same time. That is one of the hardest things ever. Like, big ups to all the mothers out there. Like, you guys are the real MVPs, and all the daddies too that are like, Mom, it's T Brown Massa. That's how I feel. Sometimes when I be talking to my manager, I be want to tell her, yes, Massa, what you want now? Because that's how I feel. That's how y'all treat us. It's like you whip. Come on, get to it. Get them calls. You're taking too long in average call time. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're doing this. So yeah, I do feel like it's situation. But I'm just at a point where I'm just like, take care of you, because with everything going on with COVID, like we don't know what's about to happen. We really don't. They're talking about vaccines. We haven't seen it. We're looking at next year. They're thinking about another shutdown. It's just so much going on. And as parents, not even as parents, like people that live alone, it's hard because you are by yourself all the time. You're not having that normal interaction. The suicide rate has gone up. You're not having that normal interaction. And then people with families, like, you all getting on each other's nerves because you are at home 24/7. And then for a parent, you expect that I'm going to be logged into work for 8-9 hours while my kid is in school, but then you don't want me to take some time away from work to tend to my kids, to feed them, to do this, to do that. Like, it's unrealistic. We all home. You home with your kids too. The same supervisor that's complaining, she home with her kids too. That's what I'm saying. Like, these people make decisions like they're not human. Like, they don't bleed just like us. Like, they don't go through the emotions that we go through. And I get it. They're doing their job. But this is why I said that I have an issue with the corporate, the people up there making the decisions. We all know that you have enough money to get nannies to live a good life, but not all of us have that privilege. Not all of us can get nannies. Not all of us have luxurious life. Not all of us have big homes that one person could go on one wing, the other person can go on the other wing. No, we all don't have that. Not everybody can say, ooh, I'm going to upgrade. Everybody's at home, let's upgrade to a bigger house. Like, not everybody has the luxury of doing that. But then you all sit here and it's like, okay, well, this is the decision we're going to make. Y'all get to work from home. Now you have to work double the time, to work twice as much. And then you can't attend to your family that's at home. We need your full attention with work and da-da-da. So it's just stupid. So much going on. Like, I hate this year of uncertainty. And it's crazy because, everybody's like, oh, 2020 is over, 2021. But I keep saying, we don't know what 2021 is going to bring. We don't know what 2021 is going to bring. So right now, we just have to be grateful. The fact that even though we went through a pandemic, we are still here. We're still able to eat. We still have our homes. We still have our family. I'm so sorry for people that have lost loved ones during this pandemic. And I feel bad for people that are still in the hospital fighting for their life. We'll keep praying for them. But, with anything, be grateful. If people fighting for their life are grateful that I'm able to fight for my life and I'm not gone. And no matter what little you have, just always be grateful. And I think it's just, it gets to me because I'm like, you know how when you try so hard to please people or to make sure people are good, and then it's like when it's your turn, they act like they don't care nothing for you. Like that's how I feel like the whole 2020 has been going. And I'm just at a point now where I'm like, no more. No more. Nope, no more. I'm no longer submitting to no massa to work me to death. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. If it's that serious, keep your job. I go open the OnlyFans and show my toes. Like I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I refuse to die for nobody. If I die, it's because God says it's my time. Not because somebody stressed me out, or not because some job worked me to death, or not because I put myself in a situation with harm's way. You know, nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows when we're going to go. But don't put yourself in the situation where you go sooner than God planned for you to. Take care of yourself. Enjoy Earth, your family, yourself while you're still here. Yeah, we might not be able to go nowhere, but there's certain things that you can do to just have a good time. Now they're renting out a whole movie theaters. You could do movie theaters with your family. You could do movie nights at. You could just lay in the bed and watch TV. That's what I found to be fun. I like to lay in my bed and watch television or catch up on my shows. So you could do whatever it is for yourself, whatever you feel good. You know, I've lost so many people because they've gone above and beyond and they've worked so hard and tried so hard, and then it finally catches to their health and it's like they're no longer here. And since then, I promised myself that I wouldn't. And stupid me, I still did it with this job, but now my eyes are open again. You know, it only takes one time for my eyes to open. And I'm just to the point where I'm like, even if the money was like huge, it's still not enough for me to just stress myself and kill myself. Money don't do it for me like that. No, I'm content with what God gave me. Very content. I'm very content with the little bit that I have. But I am going to close off now. I'm about to go chat with my sisters. We have a Zoom call coming up. And, you know, I love to do that. It's fun. My sisters are always there for me. So I love to talk with them. And that's another thing. Like, you know, find your outlet. Find your group of people that y'all Zoom and do things and talk and whatever. Get your therapist online. Now the therapists do Zoom calls where they can talk to you and help you through it. You know, whatever you do, take care of you. It's very important. We have to start taking care of ourselves, especially women. A lot of times we're so wrapped up in family, future, career, this, that we don't take care of ourselves. And we really need to start taking better care of ourselves. It's very important. Like, it's very important. And now I know how important it is because I have my first child. You know, before it was just me. I can go and come and, you know, do as I please. Now with this child, with this responsibility, it's like I can't. Nope. I want to be here for my daughter. I want to be here for my daughter. And I'm going to try to be here for my daughter. I'm not going to let nobody stress me to the point where I'm in the hospital and something happened. But, you know, for anybody that has any type of medical condition, I don't care what it is. It might be chronic migraines, whatever the case is, please take very good care of yourself because nobody else would. You have to stand your ground, do what's best for you. Don't let nobody else make no decisions for you. You make the decisions for yourself. But I'm going to end with that. And as I said, I would love to do my life setup. It's just not going to work right now. So I might do some pre-recorded videos. I do want to talk about something really the next time. I want to talk about plastic surgery in women. But we'll talk about it next time. Maybe I can get one of my sisters to come on and talk with me, and we can talk about plastic surgery in women and, you know, how we all feel about it and stuff. So that's one of the topics that I wanted to do. I do have some videos that I'm going to drop soon regarding the emergency room and dealing with medical providers during the pandemic and sickle cell. So I have so many topics that I want to talk about. Like my notebook is full of topics, but I just don't have the time. I chose to take care of myself than, sit here and do, all the time. Like I love you guys. I love to talk. I love to tell my stories, give my perspective. But I don't have the time. Like I want to take care of myself first. Like when I get time, I sleep. And not even that, like I told you, I have this new outlet. Like I have this new group of sisters that I talk to all the time. And for me, it's like a relief. It's a way to just relax. Like to me, it's like yoga. I get that moment, I talk, I get it off my chest, and then I sleep great. So it's like I don't have the time, but hopefully I could do more stuff. I might do, I'm not gonna promise that, because I used to schedule my live, and then Facebook has sent me a notification that if I keep scheduling and I come on, it's gonna be a problem. So I don't schedule I don't schedule my lives anymore. I'm just like, I'll go when I can. But I would love to do this, but it's just that I really can't just, I gotta take care of me. Like I really want my platform to move. I want to do more awareness with sickle cell. I want to do more things. But I want to take care of me. I want to do what makes me happy. Like nobody knows what tomorrow holds, and I want to be happy. I want to be happy for the rest of the time that I'm spending on this earth. That's what I want to do. I want to be happy. And don't get me wrong. I still go through things, but I have my outlet that I talk about it. I get it off my chest and I move on. So, whatever it takes, take care of you. Don't let no employer determine or make a decision as to, what you're going to do, or if you're going to take care of you, or if you want to keep a job. Take care of you. That's the most important. But yes, I do sleep. I'm going to tell you the story real quick. I had a godmother who has sickle cell, and she started this nonprofit organization. And when I tell you, so hard for that nonprofit organization. And I remember my last time with her, she was in the office, she was working, and the doctor called that she needed to come in. And she told me, she said, I have to get to this meeting. After this meeting, I'll go in. And that was pretty much the last time she was able to do anything for the organization. She did not, she didn't go. She made the decision to work instead of go take care of her health right then. And unfortunately, she passed, which was one of the hardest things for me to deal with. Like, it was really hard. But, it also opened my eyes. We always say God does everything for a reason. And I think that was the reason, because me and her were working very hard to raise this nonprofit, to put it up. But then it got to the point where, and from then I have learned my health comes first. My health comes first, no matter what I want to accomplish or go. Like, if I accomplish it and I'm not here, then what? So you just always have to think that way. Think about your health first. You don't want to start this nonprofit or start this business and then you're not here to enjoy it. And you know what I mean? Or you're not here and they run it to the ground, and it's like all the hard work that you did that led to your demise is gone. So I say that to say, take care of you. I am getting ready to go hang with my sisters, and I'll be posting some pre-recorded videos later about my recent emergency room visit. And take care of yourself, everybody. Y'all have a good day. Thank you to my sisters for coming in and joining me today. And I love you all. Have a good one.